So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for this opportunity to come and share in this discourses. It's very illuminating. I mean, it was the most fascinating to know and learn about each of these symbols. And I'm here to talk about the Hindu symbol of Om, which is a scriptural representation of a sound. So I'm Soma Chatterjee. I represent the Civic Board on Hinduism from Hindu American Foundation. And in order to, so like I said, it is a representation of sound. So in order to give you a holistic view of what this particular sound and symbolism mean, I would like to begin at the very beginning. So if you try to imagine the geography of ancient India, you would see that the borders span till about the borders of modern-day Iran, where the ancient Iranians, the Zoroastrians, we had the symbol of the Zoroastrians before. So the Zoroastrians lived till in the southeast till Indonesia. So sometime around 3,500 BC, the Indus Valley civilization evolved. It's the same time frame where the Sumerian or the Babylonian civilization evolved in Iraq, and the Nile Valley civilization evolved in Egypt. So, the scholars of paleography, who kind of reads these ancient scriptures and writings that the archaeologists excavated, have mostly met with a lot of success in deciphering the hieroglyphics that comes from ancient Egypt, and also cuneiform that comes from ancient Sumer or Babylonia. However, they met with a lot of challenge in deciphering the Indic or the ancient writings of the Indus Valley civilization people, because what they say that they were not, the writings were not words or alphabets, but they were sounds. So when we look at the classical theology of Hinduism, it evolved sometime around 2,500 BC. And we see that a lot of emphasis was given on oral tradition. So the scriptures were not completely written till about 800 BC. So throughout this time, for thousands of years, people have actually given a lot of importance on chants, and orally, we call it via the medium of shruti, that is listening, and smriti, that is retaining it in our memory. So the sound that are supposed to be created via the chanting in collectivity, in unison, are a lot of them are considered very sacred, and this particular symbol that represents the sound of Om is considered to be one of the most sacred and original cosmic sound. So in modern times, as science progressed, we came to this understanding that sound consists of certain components. It consists of energy, it consists of frequency and vibration. So why the sound is considered sacred in the sense is that the vibration, the energy magnetic field that gets generated by chanting of Om at the frequency of 432 hertz, which is supposed to be the most natural frequency of sound in nature, So when we are chanting this particular sound Om at 434 hertz, then the atoms in our body actually vibrates and are at resonance in harmony with the vibration of the surrounding nature. So that atmosphere itself in unison, is conducive for us to engage with divinity. So that is how Om is very significant in our scriptures. In fact, all our sacred chants, or as we call them, the mantras, begin and end with the chanting of Om. Also, when you look at the sound Om, if we try to divide that sound, there are 3 parts of it. So when I'm saying Om, there is A, which is the English alphabet A. There is U, the English alphabet U, and there is M, the English alphabet M. So together they form that sound and that frequency, making that vibration called Om. And I would like to end by chanting one of our very holy chants. So I'm sure many of us are familiar with the postures of sun salutation in yoga. So this particular chant or the mantra that we call, it's called the Gayatri mantra, which is basically dedicated to sun. And it basically means the mantra is in Sanskrit, but English translation would be that it's being an ode to the sun for the auspicious sun rays to sanctify our mind and soul and to help us in the process of creation, preservation, and liberation. So I would take your permission to go ahead and chant to just give you an idea how we use Om in our mantra. So I take a deep breath, basically inhale. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Om Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om